everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of Guardians of the Moon's Grace, a Daggerheart adventure. My name is Allison, I'm our GM, and I'm here with my friends.
My name is Matt, and today I'm going to be playing Windrieth Wynn Moondreamer, an Orderborn Furbolg Ranger.
I am Seth, playing Dimple Muckmeyer, the Goblin Wizard, who is a Seaborn Goblin Wizard.
And I'm Evan. I'm playing Hollie Cinderthorn, a Highborn Druid Clank.
I'm Fitz, and I'm playing a Wildborn fungal Druid.
Wow.
Let's get wild.
Let's get wild. I should go ahead and mention right out of the gate that for episode 1, we were playing in 1.2 of Daggerheart's open beta playtest materials. But in the time it's taken us to record this, they have released 1.3. So we're going to give that a shot today. Let us know how we do. And with that, I think we're ready to get underway. Just a quick catch up on what happened when last we met. Our 4 adventurers, Wynn and Dimple and Hollie and Dotty, had they all live in a place in Moonfall called Elfie, in the Crescent Weald. And they had rented a court to play some hammerball. But unfortunately, when they got there, they were greeted by Dimple's nemesis, Rorik Crudcrux, who instead challenged them to a game of hammerball. The group expertly worked together under the leadership of the unanimously decided team captain Wynn to hold Rorik and his goblin cronies at bay and get some points on the board before an epic unleashing of chaos by our Clank Druid Hollie started some very funny tremors in the ground. It turns out the High Oracle of the seat of Selene, the area's governing body, Lyra Thistledown, had been kidnapped and trapped in the catacombs underneath this area, and had, mustering what was left of her hope and strength, been able to cause a sinkhole to gather some attention to where she was trapped. The party of adventurers so bravely traveled down into about 75 feet down into the earth, rescued Lyra, heard her tale where she was en route to collect and save a priceless artifact called Selene's Tear, from a group called the Veiled Threat, and specifically one of their leaders, Darius Grimshaw. And Lyra's wheels started turning. She is the High Oracle after all, so I think she was able to get a pretty good bead on our 4 here and realize that their hearts and intention were true, and asked if they would like to be tasked with moving this artifact, Selene's Tear, from where it was housed here in the Starfell Sanctum, to a different location. The group accepted her quest and has decided that probably the safest place to move this artifact to is a town out on the coast where actually Lyra is from and very near to where Dimple grew up, called Lumen. And that's where we left off, with the party ready to embark and perhaps save the entire kingdom of Moonfall by keeping this item from falling in to the wrong hands. So as we open today, Lyra has just departed. Her plan is to go back to Selspire, maybe do a little bit of healing. She has promised to set some decoy parties out to try and distract the Veiled Threat to make sure that they're not able to figure out who actually has this artifact, where it may be while it's in motion. Party, you took a little bit of damage. You underwent a little bit of stress between the hammerball game and also climbing down that hole deep into the catacombs below.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
May we have a short rest?
Yeah, so tell me how, your adventure begins. You make your way out. Do you want to go ahead and rest here in the Crescent Weald?
I would like
if it
to
looks safe.
Pull out a picnic blanket from my satchel and lay it under the lovely shade of a tree that has not fallen over from the cataclysmic destruction.
And as your group kind of begins to move, I assume you move out of the immediate area of where this happened. And it's like nothing happened once you get, a bit a ways from this. It really was a very localized threat that, of course, Lyra only did to save her own life and, possibly the fate of Moonfall. So the blanket goes down. And how would you like to spend your time? So I'll kind of remind everybody, as far as taking a short rest in Daggerheart goes, it's about an hour. It can be longer. Y'all tell me. I will share that by foot, your journey to Lumen is going to take you about 2 days. It's out on the coast, and it's a journey that Dimple has made many times. So you're feeling very, very sure of yourself. But you will be traveling into the day, into the night. And it's probably at this point about midday. Y'all had one of the first reservations on the Hammerball Court. Talked to Lyra for probably about an hour. So it's in the 11:30, 12 range. So what you can do is you can swap any domain cards in your loadout, which I don't think will apply to us here at level 1. And then you can choose 2 of the following. You can tend to your wounds. You can clear stress, you can repair armor, and you can decide how you're going to prepare for whatever may be ahead. So I'm interested in not only knowing what you do for your short rest, but then also what are y'all talking about? What's up today? How do you feel?
Quick question. Do you clear stress or hit points?
You choose 2 from that list.
Choose
okay.
2.
So tending to wounds is you describe how you temporarily patch yourself up and you clear 1d4 hit points. You can also heal an ally instead. Clearing stress allows you to clear 1d4 stress. Repairing your armor allows you to clear 1d4 armor slots. And with all these, you can do these on an ally, well, except for the stress part. And then prepare, basically, if you let me know what you're doing to prepare, you may be able to gain hope as you set out.
And we currently have 2 hope.
Your hope did not reset from last session, so you have whatever
we were left with.
You were left with. Yep.
Okay. I do have 2.
Okay.
Well, how do you
Let's say I know that Dotty does not have any hope. I know that much.
0.
Ooh.
I do also have 3 stress. So
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know what I'm gonna do. So, as everybody's distracted, laying out the picnic, I carry my own snacks, so I don't necessarily have to rely on the others. But I am gonna blow off some steam by instigating a hide-and-seek battle with a win. So, I think as everybody's distracted, putting out the picnic blanket and maybe going through their bags and starting to talk about what we're gonna do, I'm gone.
And at this point,
Has anyone seen Dotty?
has anyone seen?
oh no, not again.
It's happening again, and at this point, knowing exactly what they're doing, when stress is going to. This is an anti-stressing moment for them as well. May I kind of start looking for Dotty?
Absolutely.
Do I roll something?
Okay, so Dotty, are you using this to clear stress as well?
Yeah.
So both of you are going to roll a d4 and clear
Okay.
that amount of stress. We'll say that you engaging in this game is this playfulness is restful to you in your soul, right?
It is restful.
Okay, so I'm assuming you had a 4 there, Dotty?
I did.
And how did you do?
Me
Both of you
too.
4s. Excellent. So
We
Dotty,
love hide and seek.
Dotty, I want you to describe. So you're still in the Crescent Weald. You have not quite cleared it yet. I'm presuming this is a place that you're very familiar with as a fungal.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just pretend that Wynn can't hear this. I'm curious to know what you look for in a really great hiding place.
Well, see, here's the thing. Most people's instinct, I think, especially in a forest, would be to go up into the trees and hide there, or find, somewhere up in the canopy. That feels like the obvious choice. But I know that Wynn is so tall that actually the best place to hide is down low. So I am going to roll into some bushes and try to cover up and hide down in some brush real low.
Okay. Wonderful. And when? So
Yes.
here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to have Dotty, I'd like for you to do a presence roll for me to see how well you're able to kind of like disguise yourself with your surroundings. This is a bit of a performance that you and Win do. And Win, in order to try and find Dotty, once you catch on to the fact that like, oh, game on, initiate hide and seek sequence, you're going to do an instinct roll for me to see if you can kind of perceive and sense where Dotty may be.
Can I go ahead and start bartering with the DM?
Of course you can.
Because presence, yes, does include deceiving, but I'm trying to hide, and one of the things for finesse is to hide.
Ooh, I like that a whole lot. Absolutely, yes. I was trying to not go with the obvious, but you just clapped it right on back. Okay.
I crit.
Nice.
Oh.
I got double fives, so like the total score, I guess, is an 11.
Okay.
But I crit.
Amazing. And so go ahead and take your hope.
Ooh.
You finally have a hope back. Amazing. And so you got an 11, and Win, how did you do?
I got a 13 with hope.
All right, so you take that hope. And so you know,
What does
Dotty, well, so when you're now going to describe to me like how you're like in what state you find Dotty, like how do you sneak up? Do you make a big deal? Like what's the playfulness of the game once you're on to?
Oh, even with my crit? Oh.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because what was that? Yeah. That's interesting.
I'll say this because you crit, like it takes Win a little bit longer than normal, which you will be able to lord over Win's head until the next time y'all play hide and seek.
Okay. It takes a really long time. Okay.
Yeah, the outcome of this is definitely like the bragging rights, right? So it takes Win a little bit longer than usual, but Win does prevail in the end by kind of what do you spot that like clues you into the fact that this is where Dotty is?
I think that Win. So one thing that Dotty does a lot is does the whole ET thing.
And phones home.
Where she kind of just like finds another patch of other short little mushroom things and so but I'm a little bit onto their game, and so I kind of get down really low. This is purely based on my role, by the way. Like my instinct was to get up on the tree, which is make me even taller. But this time I'm feeling it, so I get down on my hands and knees and I look as closely, and I do see a patch of mushrooms that are that have just a slight different coloration, maybe a few more blues and greens than Dotty's red spots. And I go, aha. Aha!
Do you like sneak up on Dotty and like whisper the aha, or do you just like boisterously call it from across the glade?
Well, so this game can get a little violent, I think, sometimes for fun. And so I have a bag, a special satchel, and so I kind of sneak up behind her and I take the bag and I just I have Dotty in a sack.
Oh.
Dotty is giggling furiously from inside the bag.
Got your nose.
You got me.
Exactly. And then, just for special fun, I go over to the campfire, over to where we're prepping some tea, and I put her very close to the boiling water, and I say, "In you go, little one. In you go." And you actually feel the heat.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Stop trying to saute me, Win.
And then I let her go.
Why are you so mad? It took you forever to find me this time.
So
You're getting better.
while Dotty and Win are off playing hide and seek, what are Hollie and Dimple up to? And what rest mechanics would you like to use?
I have two thoughts. One of them is kind of dependent on what Hollie's planning to do. But my two activities are to prepare and clear stress.
Okay.
So I'm planning to prepare by looking through any book or anything I have on Lumen, on, any sort of historical sites surrounding Lumen, right? Because we're looking for a holy place near Lumen.
That's already been named. So Lyra did name a place called the Moonfield Tides. Lyra also said before y'all departed that Lyra and Dotty would be in touch kind of with some further instructions by way of the Mycelial Network.
Right.
So you're heading to Lumen. The ultimate place there is Moonfield Tides, a holy site, a sacred ground. And you know that Lyra will hopefully be in touch with a little bit more about what you're looking for when you get there.
Okay. So I think she'd be just combing through anything she knows about these areas, any sort of like intel she can gather on that, and to contribute to this conversation with everybody.
So that's your preparing. So we'll do that. We'll resolve that in a group way in a minute once Hollie and Dotty get back from their game. Nope, not Hollie and Dotty. Win and Dotty. I'll get that right one of these days.
Lottie Dotty. Me likes to potty.
And then did you say you were clearing stress for your other one?
Yes.
What are you going to do to clear that stress, blow off that steam?
So I'm curious what Hollie's downtime activities are planned for. I can simply clear stress by reading because that chills Dimple down, chills her out. This is just like the zone she gets in. But she may also get distracted by a unique bug that kind of crawls by while she's reading.
Okay. So let's hear from Hollie.
Hollie definitely needs to clear hit points and stress. So those will be my target.
Okay, so point of clarification. If you choose those two, you would not be able to participate in the prepare part to gain hope. Are you cool with that?
I'm doing pretty good on hope, so
okay.
feeling hopeful.
Okay, so are you gonna tell me what you do? Do you go off to like kind of while all this is going on, find a little space of your own?
Yeah, so I think Hollie kind of sees Dimple's nose in her book, and knows that this is how they recharge. And part of how Hollie kind of literally and figuratively recharges is. It's kind of a private thing, so they leave Dimple under the tree with the blanket, and they actually find if there's a stream nearby, or if not, another kind of just kind of secluded spot, and they take off their cloak and they fold it up neatly and they put it on the ground. And then anywhere, especially if there's like a high patch of grass, and then they'll kind of put that on the ground, and they fully disrobe, and they take their shirt and their vest and breeches and all of the stuff, and they neatly fold it up, and so they're fully just themselves, and lie down in this patch of wild grass, and it's not kind of a like a shutdown in an automaton sense, but there is a kind of a deep meditative state where their fungus tendrils kind of from all the cracks and the crevices of their body kind of go into the ground, and they just start to seep up minerals and other things from the soil itself.
Wow.
And they their eyes roll back in their head, and they're just gone. They can't hear or see anything.
Little bit of stasis for Hollie.
Right.
I'll give you. So you find a clearing that as we're moving towards afternoon. So like the sun is slanting through. So you can there's shady patches, there's sunnier patches, and while you don't find a stream, you do find a pond. Kind of covered with a top layer of an algae and lily pads, and you can kind of hear the din of critters and insects begin to swell. There's also a large moss-covered rock on a shadier part by this pond. So you've got, kind of tall grasses with cattails. You've got this algae pond if you'd like to go for a float. And then you also have a moss-covered rock.
Wow.
Any of which would be yours to take this time.
Oh yeah, that moss covered rock sounds like the spot.
All right. So Hollie's gone for the better part, of this hour. Dotty is not at all concerned because Dotty knows at the very least. And you tell me, Hollie, do your other friends know that this is kind of your way? Okay.
Yeah, it's not at all concerning or surprising.
So once Dotty and Wynn come back, Dimple is already kind of starting to prepare. Dotty and Wynn, these names, I'll get them one day. Dotty and Wynn, what are y'all going to be doing specifically to prepare while Dimple does some research on, the place you're going to, on Moonfield Tides, probably on the route a little bit and things like that?
Yeah.
I feel like Wynn would be sort of sharpening arrows and making sure all the strings on their bow are all just double checking anything that might be, battle preparedness and getting into that zone, maybe.
Great.
Doing some sniffing.
How about you, Dotty?
Well, it's probably too soon to try to call our dear friend Lyra, but I could try to do some counterintelligence if we wanted to make sure that the path between here and Lumen is safe. Because if we know where this Darius dude, right, Darius?
Darius, yep.
Darius is going, we can try to circumnavigate and go a different way.
Okay, I will tell you for free that what you already know is that, and if it would be helpful, we could
because he was at Daggerheart.
Yeah, he was going.
Right?
He was moving from where you are in the Crescent Weald down to Daggerheart, and he has been gone about 2 days. So presumably, and we don't know this for certain,
right?
That he headed south, and y'all are heading east.
Yeah.
If that shapes specifically what you're looking for.
Maybe, tapping into the network is a little chaotic. So sometimes you just kind of hope to get what you get.
Yep.
You can't necessarily go in looking for very specific information. So there are some things that I have in mind that I'm looking for now, including his whereabouts, see if I can start to pick up anything about the veiled threat. Or who this mysterious mole might be. I mean, for all we know, it's a literal mole. Anything exciting, in that regard. I just, might tune my radio, my mushroom radio, to see what I can find.
Okay, so let's resolve a few things all at once, and then we'll go into this and be on our way. So, Wynn, you've already recovered your stress, and you've now taken an additional hope for how you prepared your weapons during this time.
Thank you.
Dimple, did you already roll to clear your stress?
No, not yet.
Let's roll that.
Okay. I see this weird little mantis thing, and I kind of just get fixated on it and just shove it in the jar to show Hollie later.
Amazing. I love that.
That's 3.
Great.
Clear all my stress.
So you clear your stress and you take your hope. As you were feeling like just a powerhouse of knowledge about Lumen and where you're headed and the best way there. You know the way. Hollie, let's have you go ahead and roll your D4 to clear your stress, and then your D4 to tend to your wounds. I believe you said you were going to do.
Oh yeah.
That's a 4 for HP and a 2 for stress, which is exactly what I needed.
Yes!
Nice.
Fantastic. Yes. Okay. So that is what Hollie, and now, so Dotty, if I believe I remember, you need to roll to tap in.
Well, so things have changed, and I'm really sad. So I no longer have Always Connected. I now have a different fungal ancestry feature. Mm-hmm. But I do still have my tap that experience.
You still have your experience, yeah.
So, I guess it used to be an instinct roll, so I guess we can continue with that because that's like perceive and sense, navigate. Yep. So I'm navigating the Mycelial Network.
Yes, you are.
With my stick. So, as Dimple has sort of described the different pathways and we're all preparing, I take my trusty stick and I find a good patch of mushrooms and I smash my stick into the ground and I start tuning with it. And let's see what I get.
Tap that.
Yeah, so I'm spending a hope. I'll spend my preparation hope to prepare.
Yeah.
To roll my experience. And well, I guess this is so confusing because now I rolled with hope, so
Okay.
I guess I do take it. It equals out whatever.
Yep.
So 9 plus 8 is 17 plus 2 is 19 with hope.
Yeah, so the network, so you lost a hope to roll, but you got it back, and then you're going to get another hope for using your time to prepare. So the network is less focused than it was when you tapped it prior to rescuing Lyra.
That was scary.
Where that
frankly,
was like, yeah. So you hear a lot of, whispers and things and, just kind of like gossip. Somebody's pie didn't turn out right, and you kind of like and somebody's sourdough starter is also a little bit off, so there's a lot of like carb drama happening on the network today.
Like, that's frankly devastating.
Yeah, but what you do pick up, there's whisperings of like something is wrong with the tides, something is wrong with water. You're getting these reports of like streams turning to rapids, currents moving in directions that they shouldn't be. Like something is messing with the pull of water is what you pick up. That's
today's big drama.
That's today's, on top of the carb drama, there's also some
our story at 10 o'clock is
trending on
that's what's that's
our trending list on the Mycelium Zitter is number 1 carb drama, number 2 water drama. Okay.
And I mean, maybe they're connected. Maybe the sourdough starter didn't get the nutrients it needed from the water. Maybe that's why the pie, didn't rise. Like, we don't know, but
it's all connected.
But those are the 2 trending stories on
and
today.
This is water everywhere?
Yeah, and that's what, like, it starts with this kind of, like, the tides. The tides are shifting, the tides. But then you hear these reports of streams turning to rapids, of currents in rivers and lakes that were not previously there.
All right.
Yep.
All right, guys, gals, ladies, gather around. We got some serious issues going on here. I think something's weird with the moon. The tides are all messed up, water's acting real weird, and people are having issues with carbs. So
Carbs.
with carbs, yeah. Water is very important to these sorts of things, Don't discount it when you're looking at your baking.
All carbs. So like potatoes or just...
Well, I picked up specifically about a pie and a sourdough
I see.
starter.
Gluten-based carbs. Got it.
Right. But I think that we need to be cautious as we approach Lumen because there's something messed up with the water today.
Okay.
I'll keep tapping in.
That
See
is
what I can
a bit
find.
concerning, considering the Sandglades kind of rely on the tides and stuff, so... Okay, great.
Yeah, not to add to your anxiety, Dimple.
Right.
I know you're already overflowing.
This is awesome. That's okay. Better to know than,
Yeah.
be surprised, I guess.
Exactly. Better
I
to
can
know.
just worry
That's what
about
I
it more.
always say. Yeah.
Well, look, this is what I read, and I filled them in on the various details of Lumen.
You pack up the picnic basket. I'm sure you each had some snacks, some blueberries, some tea. Satiated yourselves in the ways that you know best. Hollie does return recharged. You know, what is Hollie like? Does Hollie have like a physical tell, like when you're feeling healthy, feeling rested, feeling good?
Definitely. So yeah, they come back from this pond area that they found, and they're kind of straightening their, shirt, buttoning back up in their vest, and getting pulling themselves together. But they have these runes carved into their whole body, on their hands, face. Not so much on their face, but everywhere else. And they're just kind of glowing a little bit more brightly, like their eyes do, kind of a green glow. So you can tell they're kind of topped off.
I think Dimple says the same joke she always does. Oh, wow, you're glowing.
Thanks.
That's a good one, Dimple.
That's a good one.
Every time.
That's a good one.
Every time. Gets them every time.
Every time.
Look at this mantis I found. So you think we could breed it with one of the... I don't know, what was that one you found the other day?
What was that? That was the, it was a type of butterfly. No, a moth. It was a type of moth.
Yeah, a flying mantis. That would be sick.
You want to breed them? Is that what you said?
Right, isn't that our
That's your bet. That's y'all's
That's your
connection.
thing.
our like weird hobby?
Oh god. I completely forgot. Oh yes. Oh yes. We should absolutely try that. Let's see. Let me see. What did I do with that moth?
Did you squish it again? Wait, no, you're very careful with life. Never mind, that doesn't happen.
No, it's probably just, and then like kind of starts unbuttoning things, and plates start shifting, and no, not in there. No, not in there. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, wow. I love like the glow it has. It kind of matches yours a little.
Well, it's just a little bit of phosphorescence that's rubbed off, but here you go, Dimple.
All right. We'll figure out how to get this done later, I guess.
I mean,
I just put them in the same jar.
Right, I mean, I don't know what kind of encouragement they need, but maybe some mood lighting or...
I did not figure out the mechanics of crossbreeding insects on my GM bingo card for today. I should have though. Y'all gave it to me.
Roll for fear.
Yeah, that's on me. That's fully on me. So you set off down the path, crashing through. You make it. You clear the edge of the Crescent Weald. It's a beautiful day. It's one of those. It's not too hot, not too cool. You're getting some nice cloud cover, so no one's sweating too much. The afternoon kind of goes by without incident. Anything in particular y'all are discussing on the road? More crossbreeding insect chatter?
Probably.
I mean, would I look good with moth wings? That could be fun.
Oh, that would be cool.
Dimple, I was wondering, we're going near your home, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you, will we pass through there? Will we see your family?
No, unfortunately, we get to Lumen pretty much before the Sandglaze. Or we'd have to kind of take a little different route.
Right.
It's just kind of past and northward. So,
okay.
I'll see them around sometime. They probably don't want to see me anyway, so.
What? Why would you say that?
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I disappointed them, but, I'm
Okay.
figuring it out, baby.
Hold on, Dimple. Wait a minute. Absolutely not. We will not have any of that talk in this party. First of all,
Okay.
you are just as beautiful as a dimple flower, and you got asked to do something really cool by the High Oracle, which is amazing.
Okay.
They're gonna think that's awesome, and you totally beat Credcrux's ass in Hammerball.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I embarrassed myself first, but...
No.
And it's just been in the last day. Of course your parents are gonna want to check in and see what you've been up to, how you doing, maybe feed you some sandwiches. I mean, come on.
Well, I guess maybe if we can do something good with the crystal. It's a crystal.
The
Tear.
Selene's tear, yeah. Yeah.
The tier with,
But it's a giant crystal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess if we could do something cool with the tier, that may be a little redemption. I don't know.
Oh, we will. We'll do something extremely cool.
And then we'll all go to the beach together, and you're gonna teach us how to swim.
Cool.
It's gonna be a good time, and your parents are gonna be so proud.
Okay. All right.
Dimple.
I'm feeling it a little more now.
Amazing.
You don't need to be redeemed. In our eyes, anyway.
You're perfect.
Y'all are making me blush
Guys.
and sweat a little. I do get kind of sweaty.
That's okay.
So this heartwarming, bolstering of your companions continues, and after traveling for a few hours, you hear it before you see it. You kind of round the corner and you hear just rushing water. Dimple, again, as the one, I'm sure that the rest of you have traveled in the area as well, but Dimple, this is a very familiar path for you. And this is normally like a very docile stream that doesn't have much movement at all. But it is a raging torrent of frothy white water. There's, it's kind of crashing against rocks with this relentless force and kind of echoing up and out.
We got some water drama, people.
And as you approach it's a very, very long, so you would have to go hours out of your way to cross upstream or downstream. So it becomes fairly apparent fairly quickly that you're going to need to find a way across the river. It was once a stream. It's not. You get the sense. Actually, I'll let anybody who wants to make What do I want y'all to make for this? I'm going to let anybody who wants to can make either an instinct or a knowledge roll to kind of see if you can determine how deep it is. And I will go ahead and move us to kind of give y'all a visual
I'm feeling instinctual.
of what you...
Do a knowledge, analyze.
And I may do an extra zhuzh, because I have the Nature's Tongue ability from one of my domain cards.
Okay.
So
what's that?
since that's also an instinct roll. So maybe while everyone's sort of looking at the river and trying to gauge, I will waddle over to the nearest tree or patch of moss, just something that looks promising. Take out my stick, and start poking around until I find something that looks inviting, and I will speak the language of the hidden natural world.
Wow.
When I want to speak to the plants and animals around you, make an instinct roll 12. On a success, they give you the information they know. With fear, the knowledge may be limited or come at a cost.
Okay.
Ooh. Very cool.
And who, what are you? Is there a particular hive, creature, bird, etc. that you are kind of targeting with this roll?
I'm gonna look for a particularly good patch of moss or something.
Okay. So yeah, there's this kind
They
of
like to gossip.
Yes. So we're showing off our brand new character art by Cozy Cassie.
Cozy Cassie. Super exciting.
Cassie.
So yes, as you come into this clearing, Dotty does go over to kind of have a conversation with some moss, I believe. And tell me what it is you're trying to glean again.
Okay, so I'm trying to learn about the river, because you were gonna have us do an instinct roll for the depth, whatever. So I figure might as well just talk to the best source, the locals. So I rolled a 15 plus 2, 17 with hope.
Okay. Great. All of the fear y'all gave me last time, you're giving me none this time.
Thank you for jinxing me.
Hey, you can't take any more right now anyways, right?
Excellent point. So do I need to act like some moss now? Am I gonna Henry Crabgrass this?
Do it.
Oh, hello! How are you doing, cute little mushroom?
I'm so good. Look, I came over to have a chat with you guys because I know a little bit of moss. You guys are always the best in the neighborhood with the, the information with the hot goss. So,
That's us, Moss with the hot goss.
that's right. So, here's the deal. I've already spoken to the network, and we knew that the water was like a thing today. But I'm just hoping you could maybe let me know if there's a good way to get across. Is there like a tunnel we don't know about, a nearby bridge? I mean, how deep is the river? Just some thoughts as a local that we might not think of.
Well, we're Moss.
Yeah.
It's been getting a lot faster for a few days now, but today's the fastest we've seen it. We don't really travel around much, though, so, I think you just kind of gotta go across it.
Oh, do you know how deep the river is? Is it, real deep?
No, I don't think it's all that deep. It's normally not that deep, and I don't think it got deeper, it just got faster. You look like a really fun girl.
I like that.
Today's Moss, played by Bobcat Goldthwait.
Dimple, you were doing knowledge. How'd that roll come out?
That was a 13 with hope.
Okay. And then what rolls were Win and Hollie making?
Well, I mean, I think Hollie was just letting Dotty do the work.
Yeah.
Do the do?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. What was Win up to?
Well, I was thinking the same, but it feels silly for them not to. But we're not. So Rangers have this cool gifted tracker, but we're not actually tracking a creature
Right. Yeah.
or group of creatures. It's not.
We're like
not quite
anti-tracking right now.
Yeah.
We're anti-tracking.
So
yeah.
so between, I'll say that unless there is a roll that you want to make really quickly, Win.
No, yeah, I don't really know.
So I'll say that, while Dotty was talking to some moss, Dimple was kind of trying to get down there, get down low. It's not deep. It's just, and it's not you're going to need to step carefully through it. When I say it's not that deep, it's probably in places as high as 4 feet. In other places, more 2-3 feet. So that could pose a little bit of a problem for our goblin and our fungal. Mm-hmm. But it's not on the taller members of the party, it's not going to come even close to their waist. It's going to be more, thigh high at that. It's more just the speed of it. And so making sure that your feet step and don't step on loose rocks that are probably being pulled loose in it and things like that is what you can best ascertain. And unfortunately, you look as far as the eye can see in both directions, and there's just this is the way, unless you want to go far north or far south, which would put you off course. Half a day or more probably.
Well,
Okay, who wants a piggyback ride?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that Hollie and I could definitely carry the others, and then I was going to even make it a little bit easier by attaching some rope to a arrow. I've seen it in the movies, and try to shoot across just for a little added something to hold on to.
Okay, great. So go ahead and make that shot for me to see. I'm guessing you're probably going to shoot it at that tree on the other side of the bank to see if you can get it
that looks good.
to wrap around, kind of grapple in there. Okay.
So yeah, I'll move to the edge, right
Wrap around it,
here,
win.
and then that's right. I can roll. That is a 21 with hope.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, it's perfect. So not you kind of aim up above it, and let kind of gravity do its job to then let it wrap, and it does. Cool. It's beautiful. It's the coolest shot you've actually made, I think, maybe ever.
I think so.
And so so now you have this rope that you've got a little bit of stability. So I am going to go ahead and lower the DC, and I'm not going to make anybody roll with disadvantage for carrying any party members.
Cool.
Because I'm reacting to the environment that y'all are giving me. So
I'm going to take it one extra step.
Okay.
And Hollie says, "Okay, who doesn't mind getting? I mean, we're gonna get a little bit wet, but who doesn't mind getting really wet?"
I don't mind. I mean, I was thinking of turning into a fish or something, but I'm just afraid I'll get swept right away.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Hollie's eyes kind of change from this kind of glowing green to they start to kind of swirl, and it's all of a sudden becoming this blue aqua color, and their wooden form just starts to. It looks like it's sweating at first, and then you see as it kind of starts to ripple out, and it's become pure water. They're taking on this. I'm going to spend a stress to do this. And this is their as a warden of the elements. It's an elemental incarnation of water. So they're going to pick up Dotty, and they're just kind of rippling all over. So it's kind of like riding going to a water park for Dotty, just on Hollie's shoulder. But I think they're still going to try to use the rope and arrow that Wen did, but just to try to let the rushing rapids go through them as they not push them.
Okay, love that. So I'm going to let you make an agility roll for me at advantage, please.
Okay. And advantage means I add another hope die.
Hope die. Yep, exactly. Instead of that d6. So you may be able to crit. And yeah, you're gonna roll, by the way, a d12 here, everybody.
Not a D8?
A D12.
Not a d8, a d12.
I can say I've never rolled 3 D12s before in my life. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Agility.
Rare.
Agility.
Okay, so I've got 11 and an 8 and a 6.
Okay.
The 11 is hope. I'll take the 8. I guess they're both, yeah.
You choose. But,
so 19.
Nice.
With hope.
Amazing. So take that hope. And yeah, it is effortless. It is seamless as you begin, as Hollie more or less becomes one with the water. What does it look like? I mean, is Dotty like surfing on this elemental wave across the rapids?
No, I mean, Hollie still has their form.
Okay.
But it's if you've ever seen The Abyss? No? Oh, well, go watch The Abyss. But there's this kind of, at the time, groundbreaking CGI kind of water effect. And so it looks just like Hollie, but is very wet. But it's also, there's like water tension. So Dotty can sit on Hollie's shoulder, no problem. They're not like drifting into them or anything. Okay. But it is still, Dotty's getting a bath.
Okay. All right, so you guys, as you cross to the other side of the shore, now we will have, so are you going to be carrying Wen? Are you going to be carrying Dimple? Is that the plan?
Yeah, if she's okay with that.
All right, and anything special y'all are going to do, or are you just kind of grabbing the rope and...
Does it look quite precarious? Does the rope feel helpful? I think, you know what? I'm just going to spend a hope to help an ally.
Oh!
And by doing that, my staff, my paper mache staff kind of has like a little curl in the end. Yeah. I'm just going to hook it around the rope as well, just as like another anchor point.
Okay. So you're going to do that. So what's going to happen now is we're going to have Wen roll your 2d12.
Okay.
We're going to have Dimple roll a d12. That will be an additional shot at hope, and then you'll be able to choose whichever one you want to take.
Ooh, I rolled a 1.
Ooh, okay.
So unless you rolled a 1 on fear.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10 with hope and a 4. Sorry, 14 with hope.
Okay, 14 with hope. And did you add your agility?
Oh, right. Sorry. 16 with hope.
Okay, great. So you take your hope. And so you begin to cross, kind of taking it slow because you're not a form of water yourself here. And you get about 3/4 of the way across when you feel it in your feet first. And you actually, you kind of gasp and cry out Wen because Dimple is on your shoulders and so doesn't feel it the way that you do.
Okay.
The earth starts to violently shake. Your GM is going to spend a fear.
Oh no!
And out just behind you is going to erupt this stone humanoid shape that is kind of cobbled together with metals and stones, and is clearly some kind of not quite an elemental, but it is some kind of being cobbled together with magic, is going to erupt up from the ground below you, marking a stress to do so. So I'm going to do that for them. And anybody that's going to be right behind the two of you, you are going to be vulnerable, both of you, Dimple and Wynn.
Okay.
This is an acid burrower has erupted behind you. Dimple, you would probably know that just from knowing different arcane. Acid. So that's what's going to happen there. Is we now have an acid burrower giving chase to you. What happens next?
I mean, I need to get to the other. I need to continue to the other side.
You're about 3/4. So we'll go ahead and put Hollie and Dotty are all the way on the other shore.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And Wynn and Dimple, you guys are right about where you are. You've made it about 3/4 across, presumably with Dimple like on Wynn's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think in an attempt to help the situation, Dimple's going to cast Power Push.
Okay.
To try and shove this creature away from them.
Okay.
So I make a spellcast roll against a target in melee range. It's next to us, right?
Yes, he's in very close melee. He's right there. He came up in very close range and then got into melee with you to make that.
Okay. Perfect.
To make you both vulnerable.
And man.
Actually, I gotta walk that back. I need y'all to make an agility reaction roll.
Ooh, okay.
This will determine if you guys stay on your feet or if anybody falls down, goes boom.
So this is a reaction roll, right?
This is a reaction roll.
So no hope or fear in this.
Right.
It's just about the success.
Yep. So this thing.
Oh, I crit.
Nice. Okay.
On a reaction roll. So
I love that. Okay.
So I guess you probably don't get hope and clear of stress for critting.
You choose one.
Oh.
That's how we'll. I'm making up my own rules here because you crit. I want you to have some form of success on this. So you can't do both, but you may do one.
All right, I am gonna take a hope.
Okay, and what did you roll with agility?
With agility, which is -1, I got a 19.
Okay. So you're able to hang on to Wynn. You don't go flying, but Wynn, how do you do?
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
With hope, but doesn't matter.
All of the hope today. I love this. Okay, so you are able to stay on your feet, but you don't fall, but you are now vulnerable.
Okay.
Because of the way this kind of like came up and surprised you and you didn't see this coming. So now you're going to take your turn, Dimple. I kind of cut you off.
I'm going to use an action to cast Power Push.
Action Tracker!
Yes. As the specific page of this book on her paper mache staff kind of illuminates, I make a spellcasting roll. And I'm trying to remember how I determined the DC for a spellcast roll, because it doesn't have a DC. Or is that dependent on the creature?
It's dependent on the creature. So you would roll,
Okay, perfect. Good for future knowledge. It's not going to matter in this case. I got a 7 with fear.
Okay, so I will take a fear. Because I spent one, so I got room to take a fear. Okay. I'm going to... actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to take a fear. I'm going to make a move. Because I can do that now. So I am immediately going to spit acid at you, Dimple. Yep. And in fact, this may also hit, because it's anybody within close range, which both of you are, is going to, let's see if I can hit you.
This is up to 30 feet, so will it hit all 4 of us? Sorry, y'all.
I'm gonna say he's so locked in on the two of you.
Okay.
Close.
Okay.
We're considering 10 to 30 feet. So I'm gonna say with them.
Right. It's a range.
Yeah, that he's kind of locked in. He's not paying attention right now. So that's gonna be a 13 against y'all's evasion.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Easy.
Oh wow, and this damage. Okay, so that hits both of you.
Unless I was to use armor slot, right?
Yep.
So what?
That's to no wait.
That's
that
reduced
added
That's to reduce damage.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's going to be 12 points of damage.
Go-go-y.
So what does that, measure up against y'all's damage thresholds?
Yeah.
I am going to use an armor slot.
Okay.
Which my armor is 3, so that's going to take it down to 9.
Okay.
Which bumps it just below my severe.
Okay, great.
So I take 2 points.
So you'll take major damage. I've been waiting a long time to do that. And how about you win?
Yeah, I wish I could do the same, but for 14? The 13 you said?
13.
Yeah, that's a
I thought
little...
it was 12.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, it was 13 to hit.
12.
It was 12 damage.
Okay.
Too many numbers.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be a little high. So I took major damage.
Okay.
I will take that. Ouch. As the acid, it's probably sizzles.
Okay.
Maybe even on the water as well.
Yep.
Yikes. Grody. Okay.
Where is this creature? Which side is it?
Yeah, let me show you. I'm sorry, I had him pop up, but did not show you where exactly he popped up. So he is right here.
Oh.
Creepy zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
When are you gonna do anything? Otherwise, I am gonna do something.
What I was wondering if I could. Is there anything I could do to just kind of get Dimple across? Because then I can try to attack this thing. But I think my goal is really just to keep getting across the. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to use an action to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and I want you to make an agility roll at disadvantage for me, because now you're still trying to get sure-footedly across, but you're also trying to get out of the way of an acid burrow.
Ooh, how does that work? Can I help an ally again?
If you can tell me how you would help, absolutely. And spend a hope to do it, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just swing my staff at this thing to try and keep it back.
Okay.
Just to try and give a little bit of defense.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that
Okay. I mean, are
that enough to help?
Okay, sure.
I just don't want to do the same thing where I like hook the rope again.
You're trying to distract, basically, is what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
I'll
just kind of keep it at bay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that
I'll
Wayne
consider.
can focus.
I will consider that a help action. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I'm burning that hope.
Yep. So does that? Okay. So now we have to figure this
That's
out.
the question. Sorry.
I love it. That's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
So if I had said that you're rolling at disadvantage,
Right.
So I'm gonna let one of two things happen. Well, no, because then there's too many d12s in play. Because disadvantage would have you roll a 2 and take the lower. Hope would let you choose one.
I think it would be the same. Just Wynn's die would be the lower die, and Wynn has to choose between my die and their die.
Right. So
It'd be
if
3 die, but just Wynn's highest hope is just dropped out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
yes.
Is it
Right, I could choose your hope if I rolled 2 2s and you rolled. No, okay.
1 + 1 + 2 + 1?
Here's
complicated.
actually.
Okay,
So
but
here's what
yeah.
we're gonna do.
Okay.
With Dimple's helping you out is going to cancel your disadvantage. You're going to give me a straight agility roll. But how does that feel?
Straight agility roll.
Yes.
Feels good. I mean, I could have said much earlier that I rolled 2 11s on the hope die anyway, so we did
Damn! Okay, so you.
but I didn't crit, of course.
Okay,
because,
you didn't crit. So
no,
what was your total?
because the total would then be 16,
Okay.
17, 18.
Okay, so you still rolled with hope then, so you do get to take that hope. Right?
Okay, great.
Right?
I'll take it. I'll take the hope.
And so, yes, you were able to, with that agility roll and with Dimple on your back, distracting your foe, you are able to make it
back
over to the edge.
Yes. Okay.
And he is going to, so if you guys want to move your tokens across, however, he is going to spend another fear, and now he's going to come after the whole lot. So he is going to get all up in your business, and he is going to spend another action to exhale acid all over you. So everybody tell me. I rolled real good. So I think that I'm probably going to hit you guys. That's a dirty 20 from the acid burrower.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. Ooh, I rolled the same number and it's not good, friends. 17.
Wow.
Yeah, I rolled 2 17s in a row on this dice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely going to use some armor slots for this.
Yep.
That's so high, my armor doesn't even matter.
Yeah, same. I'm taking 3.
Me too.
Severe.
Can I, I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Can I jump off of, well, I guess maybe I might not need to. I'm gonna take my whip
Nice.
and, I guess he needs to be in melee with me. Is he in melee? He's kind of at a weird angle, but.
Yeah, I mean, but you could easily move.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
roll. I'll surf down.
Yeah, we're not in 5e anymore, so you can
Hollie.
position yourself wherever you want to do whatever you want to do.
I just want you guys for 1 second to think about a tiny mushroom creature with little stubby legs. Like if you saw that in real life, that would be freaking just like ready to fight. God, that's funny.
Yeah, fight
Yeah, I-
mushroom.
Sorry.
I surf down Hollie's back and then I roll up in front of this guy
Okay.
and I pop back out and I'm like, get! And I take my whip and I'm gonna crack it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mark a stress and it moves. It scatters enemies who are in melee
Okay.
into close range.
Okay.
Get back! Get!
Okay, so that does get him, and it doesn't cause any damage?
No, just the whip crack. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's back there, and he's like all about this water. He loves it. It doesn't even look phased with the rapids whipping around him. Anybody else? So that's another action
Yeah.
on the action tractor.
I just remembered something that I could have done. That I need to keep in mind for future. I can use this stress to make you reroll an attack once per
Okay.
short rest. That would have been great in this
Okay.
case. Next time.
Next time.
I did have another point. The Seaborn changed in
Okay.
1.3. So now anytime I roll with fear, I mark a little token on the card. And then before I make an action roll, I can spend however many tokens I want that I've accrued to add +1 per.
Okay.
So I just upped that because of my fear roll earlier. And Dimple is just going to run away because she has 1 hit point left.
Okay.
And is just going to book it up the hill, I think.
Okay.
I'm clicking on the wrong screen. And it's just going to move up here.
Okay.
Just doesn't want to be in that target anymore.
Give you guys a little bit more room. Okay. Excellent. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give.
Yeah,
give
Hollie
me a-
kind of throws their cloak, which is just kind of made of water now, throws it back over their shoulders. At the same time, their hand runes and shield kind of come out, but normally where they kind of look like their hand runes are this sort of magical kind of ring, and their shield looks more wooden, like part of their body. Now it's water flavored, so this kind of swirling round shield of water, and they just slide right down this embankment and ram the hand runes right into this thing's face.
Okay. So you're going to get back in the water, but you're not worried because you're basically water yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so make that attack.
Making an attack. +2. Got to add my stuff to that. Ooh, okay. So that's 18, 19, 20. Dirty 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 1d10 magical damage.
Mm-hmm.
That is 5. That's
Okay.
5 points of magical damage to this thing.
Okay. That. I will take that.
Fuck him up, Hollie.
Okay.
And they're just going to stand there and kind of brace after that and kind of try to expand the shield out as far as it will go and shield everyone else from any future acid spray, if possible.
Okay. I'm going to use fear to take another turn. Now that you're up in their business, they don't like that. They're going to try and claw you. So that's going to be...
It has claws.
Oh, I don't think that's going to hit. Maybe not. An 8.
Just hits.
Okay. So that's going to be... Rolling real well today, you guys. That's going to be 13.
13, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's see. Yep.
Yeesh.
Okay.
And then I am going to have him, I'm going to spend another fear to have him scatter. So he's going to begin to charge at you and kind of push you back now. He's going to try and basically go bowling with you and Dotty and win, and just kind of shove you back. So you are now moved. You're not going to take any damage from it, but going to kind of move you back here, moving everybody else back a little bit.
Whoa.
And he does that as he scatters you. Okay.
All right. I would like to do something, if I may.
Of course.
Sending.
Is he up like in melee with us? Or like when you say he's pushing us back?
He pushed you like he kind of like moved with you and then gave you one big shove, so you went flying back towards them,
Got it,
moving you effectively out of melee and into more of a close range.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to use my Ranger's Focus,
Okay.
which has changed a little bit. I also think that I can use a Wayfinder ability, Apex Predator.
Ooh.
But I need to spend 1 hope for
Okay.
Ranger's Focus.
Okay.
And then I make an attack on the weapon. On a success, I deal damage as usual, but that target becomes my focus. Oh, come on. Yes. So that is a 20 with... Sorry, a 22 with hope.
Okay.
So they are my focus. I know precisely what direction they're in, which may actually come in handy here.
Okay.
All damage rolls that I make also include a stress. So that damage is 8
Okay.
on this thing. And
Okay.
a stress. And then...
Causing me a stress?
Yes, it also causes you a stress.
Okay. And then the damage was 8, you said?
It was 8, except if I also use Apex Predator, and I hope this is... I don't know whether you can stack them, but I don't see any reason why not. I can mark a stress to increase the proficiency by 1 on the damage.
Okay.
Which would then be 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. That's still major damage?
Okay. Great.
All right.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying I didn't have to do that, but I wouldn't have known, would I?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Great. Anything else?
That should do for now. Maybe I'll move. I'm also kind of hurting, so maybe I'll move not out of range, but out of...
If a stone construct could look surprised, like I think he kind of thought easy lunch.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thought that we'd be coming up going chomp chomp, and then he's starting to take some damage. Chunks are starting to fall. Metal is starting to warp. You know, do with that what you will.
Nice. Okay, that's me for now. Oh, and I did get a...
Dimple's just having a panic attack on the side.
It's okay, Dimple. It's okay. Okay. I am going to take my whip, which is just like a collection of those really long, skinny mushrooms, and I take it, and instead of whipping it at him, I take it and I smack the side of the tree.
Okay.
And I go, wake up! And I'm gonna cast Vicious Entangle.
Okay.
He's within far range, so I want roots and vines to reach out. Like, I want to get the tree that we're next to. I want roots and vines from that tree to sort of come out and into the riverbed and try to restrain him. So, let's see. Is there any enemies very close? Oh, okay, I don't need to do that. So, okay, this checks out. So I rolled with fear. But it is a 21 total.
Okay.
So then the damage. Okay, so then he takes 6 points of physical damage.
Okay.
And the roots from this tree reach out and kind of wrap around him and restrain it.
Okay.
Run away!
And so exactly. So with him kind of restrained, now he's starting to fight it. You're starting to kind of see this acid and bile, so you get the sense that he's going to kind of try and shoo away at the tree branches, but he is absolutely hooked on getting out of this and is not making an immediate move for either of you. Party, what would you like to do?
I think we need to end this thing because it looks like it could chew up a tree.
Yum, 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 yum. Or we can run away. I'm just putting that out there.
Okay, so it sounds like
Dimple
Win
might just keep running.
Okay, so Dimple's running. Win, it sounds like you'd like to make an attack. So go ahead and make an attack if you'd like to. Yep.
I'm gonna give that a shot.
Because it is restrained too.
That's true. What does that give me again?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. He just can't move or take actions from there.
So that is a 15 with hope.
Okay.
They are, and this that automatically deals us stress.
Right.
And then, as for damage, that's another 9 points.
Okay.
Wow, it hasn't fallen yet. Okay.
Oh yeah, still going. Yeah, he's not out of it. And continuing to fight. He kind of like looks up and sees you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna spend a fear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have him. So, I'm gonna have him. He can't actually quite reach you, but I am gonna have him do another spit acid, kind of while looking at you, at Dotty and Hollie, since they are like right in his range. Spitting a fear to do that. So let's see how that goes. I am so sorry that I'm rolling so well today. That's going to be a 21.
Yes.
Okay, so that is going to be 10 physical damage.
You keep rolling right to the point where my armor is not going to get me to the next level down.
Right.
I'm at 5 out of 6 down.
So that's okay.
Is your armor 3, Dotty?
It's 2. Oh wait, 2. I guess I technically. Oh wait, hold on. I think.
Because you can spend multiple slots, right?
Well, I think I'm thinking about armor incorrectly. Because I just took 2 hit points. If I use an armor slot, I can gain those 2 hit points back. It's not that it reduces the total, or it reduces the total.
It reduces so it's 10 damage, right? So each armor slot would bring it down 2 to 8, 6.
Okay. And I can spend 2
Simple
armor
math.
slots?
Math ain't math.
What goes from 6 to... Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's 4, everybody.
And I can use 2 armor slots?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna have to use 2 armor slots, because otherwise I'm, like, about to die. So yeah, I think as the acid comes through, maybe I use the mushroom whip, and I just kind of whoof, and I use that so that it kind of scatters the acid and I don't get hit quite as hard.
Okay.
And Hollie's going to, kind of raise their shield and let the hand rune go and grab onto their rune ward, their locket. And it says whomever is wearing it, they are currently wearing it, so I'm assuming that they get to access this.
Okay.
And what this says is describe the locket, why it's important to you. We've done that. When the holder of the ward takes damage, they can spend hope to reduce it by 1d8.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm going to spend a hope.
Nice.
And I'm going to roll a d8 and try to reduce that 10 points of damage as much as I can by 7. So now it's 3.
3.
So 1 to 6 is my minor, 7 to 13 is major. Okay, so now that's minor. So that's
minor,
one hit point. So that's saved me from maxing out my hit points. And I don't know what happens when you reach all of your hit points yet. I guess we'll find out. But just barely skated by there.
All right.
So just to talk mechanics, you could then spend armor to bring that. If you bring it down to 0, then you don't take anything, right? And you don't take stress now anymore. Is that right?
Right. Don't take stress.
Okay.
I could spend. I have 3 armor slots left, so I could spend the rest of those and not take any damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of cool.
What, Matt?
I didn't know that it was you could spend
Stack them.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could stack them.
Stack them to the heavens.
Then
all
I
right.
should be dying.
So, party, he's not looking good. He is restrained, but he is also angry and spitting acid at you. What would you like to do? Because he looks like he is gearing up to do another acid burst.
Hollie's pissed at this point.
Yep.
And is going to, still in their water form, unleash some chaos on this mofo.
Okay.
And just, again, kind of like lets the shield go, lets the hand roots go, puts their watery hands into the ground, and just the whole, like, the water starts shooting up out of the soil, out of the bank. It's kind of like a hard, pelting rain on this guy.
Okay. Wow.
So that is going to, I have to roll. I have to spend my tokens first, so spend those 2. And then I make a spellcast roll against a target on a success. So I just roll +2. Okay. And that is 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
With hope.
Okay, great.
And that hits. So that's a D10 of magical damage.
Come on.
And that's a measly 3 points.
Okay.
God.
All right.
Dimple's gonna hear the pain going on behind her and kind of snap.
Real quick, and they
it.
would like to also just like pick up Dotty and move kind of out of acid shot of this.
We gotta get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna spend we're gonna say you'll spend an action to get to running. Okay.
To get to like there.
Dimple.
She's rushing back after clambering up sort of this rocky hill. Just rushing back to the edge.
Yep.
And is going to just use her great staff.
Okay.
As like an arcane bolt.
Okay.
Comes flying down.
Okay.
Nice.
So. Okay, that's going to be a 17, 18, 19 with fear.
Holy shit. Yep. Although I get to take a fear.
Which adds to my little seaborn thing. And going to take 2 points. 2 points of damage.
Okay. I am going to spend a fear to hurl an acid, like it's gonna like this is their kind of like final death's door move to try and hurl an acid at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
It is actually 6 points of damage because I roll with advantage basically on the damage.
That's still sadly within their minor threshold. I'm gonna roll this at disadvantage because I'm putting myself on death's door. And here's how I'm gonna resolve this. As you issue the killing blow, I'd like for you to describe how it looks as you send this beam at the acid burrower, Dimple.
Okay. I think because it's still sort of wrapped up in all these vines and roots, as I see it kind of breaking through, seeing my friends rush off, all of us, or looking very hurt, at least. I don't remember what wins at. That doesn't matter. Everybody struggling. I'm just gonna... I don't even think she's really, like, thinking. It's just, like, instinct at this point, as... one of the sort of pages sort of at the pinnacle of her staff just in this energy coalesces within like the little hook, and then it just beams down straight into like the little Halloween mask it's got.
And with this shriek they just kind of wither into a pile of acid that just kind of melts through the rest of the stone and metal. What is your evasion, Dimple?
It's 8.
Okay, that was what I rolled. I rolled a 5 on the dice plus 3.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to have it hit you. I am going to have you, Mark. You're able to just like bolstered with like shooting this ray down and watching it. You were able to narrowly avoid, but I want you to mark a stress.
All right. Hey, sounds like a fair trade to me.
And with that, the acid burrower is no more, and you are all on the other side. I'm gonna trade in some of these action tokens off the action tracker to stockpile a little bit more fear, you guys.
Guys, that thing was messed up.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
Everything hurts. Why am I sizzling? This isn't fun. It's funny when Wind tries to saute me. This isn't fun.
That's not fun. It's not fun.
No. I got real scared, I'll be honest.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry I ran away from you guys.
I was trying to run away, but I couldn't leave Hollie, so I would have done the same.
Yeah, I guess I could leave Hollie. I'm sorry, Hollie.
No, you did the right thing. I was just so mad.
Yeah.
Just so angry.
We should keep moving in case more come.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So, y'all were able to keep moving far, far away from this stream over the course of the next few hours without incident, without problem. Thankfully, you don't encounter any more rushing rapids, a few ponds and things like that. And you can kind of see in them, there's this weird current going on in some of the bodies of water. But you are able to find a campsite, and we're going to tuck in for a long rest now. And for the purpose of time, we're just going to kind of go around and share. You'll each again get to pick 2 things that you would like to do. I do want to say one thing, though, is as you begin to examine your armor following battling an acid burrower, for anybody that took damage there and would like to use the long rest to repair armor, you're only going to be able to repair it halfway as opposed to fully. I think Dimple, was it you that lost 1 armor slot? So that would just stay it. So I just basically, if I were you, I wouldn't choose the armor. And then I don't think you used armor when, and then Dotty and Hollie, if you repair, you'll just only be able to repair halfway as the acid kind of ate away and began to decay some of your armor, which is unfortunate. So I'm just going to go around in a little circle here and find out what each of you will be doing on your long rest. Much like the short rest, you can tend to wounds, clear all your stress, repair all armor, prepare, or work on a project. And this time, instead of rolling d4s, with the exception of the armor conundrum, you can fill all those slots that you choose back up. So, Wynn, what will you be doing for this long rest?
I'll be choosing to tend to all wounds and clear all stress. I'll do the latter by probably a meditation. That is something that's important to win, to kind of like center. And then definitely tending to all wounds. Any like salves, probably from the Orderborn Society, Wynn has... you're
packing
Band-Aids for all I know. But yes, I need very much to take care of those 2
All right.
things.
So you were able to remove all marked hit points and clear all stress.
Thank you.
Dimple, how will you be spending your downtime?
I'm going to tend to all wounds as well. I'm going to do that by kind of talking to Wynn. I'm actually going to prepare as well, just on my own. And I'm just going to bug Wynn after their meditation, kind of trying to learn, take some of these salves. Because Dimple expects Wynn as a leader and is there to learn everything she can from them. And so in sort of the chaos moment of the battle is trying to learn from their tactics of, navigating danger and that kind of stuff.
Of course.
So I take 1 hope for that.
You'll take 1 hope for that unless we find out that. So it sounds like Wynn is not preparing. Well, if Hollie or Dotty are preparing, we could see if those coincide for a couple of hopes. Hollie, how will you be spending your long rest?
Hollie is going to go into their full stasis mode, full shutdown, and try to regenerate because their armor is essentially like their skin. So regenerate as much armor and hit points as possible.
Okay. So remind me how much armor damage you took?
All of it.
Okay.
6.
How many slots is that? Okay. So you'll be able to repair 3.
Okay.
And then you can, you said stress or wounds.
Wounds.
Okay. And then you'll be able to fully heal.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Right. I'm stretching this long rest for all it's worth, so I'm going to do one feature that I have with Warden of Renewal, which is Clarity of Nature. So I think as Hollie is going into stasis mode, Dotty basically does their nighttime tucking in routine, I guess, and just moves some dirt around, makes a really nice little spot and checks around, makes sure that the area is really lovely, and I create a space of natural serenity around me, and then after spending a few minutes of resting in that space, can clear a stress equal to my instinct trait distributed as I choose between you and an ally. So I only need to clear 1 stress, so I'm going to give the other one to Hollie, because I think they used 1? At least 1.
Stress? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I use the Clarity of Nature feature to get rid of a stress for us each.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going to use I will use the clear tend to all wounds. So I patch myself up and I kind of curl up in a little crescent at Hollie's feet to sleep and heal all my hit points. But going back in time, before that, I do prepare with Dimple.
Right.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Prepare.
Yeah, and I'm tapping into the network. I'm tapping into the network
Watermelon.
Checking all the different radio stations, and we're chitter-chattering knowledge. Anything that new comes up, I tell, so we're just, gossiping and prepping.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You're each able to get a full night's rest. Take the 2 hope for those of you who work together. Tending your wounds, repairing your armor, clearing your stress. The next day comes without incident, I am pleased to say, as you make your way along to Lumen. I will say that as you take your following night's long rest, Hollie, you are able to, because of your druidic knowledge, you are able to further repair the rest of your armor the rest of the way, if you would like to.
I would like to.
Yeah, using just kind of the natural elements around you, because that is something that is important to you. You were able to patch that all the way up the following night. And Dotty, I'm assuming just kind of like whenever y'all make rest, you tap on into that Mycelial Network.
Oh, yeah.
It all is quiet. I know that you've been kind of listening in. Have you been calling out to Lyra at all, or have you kind of been waiting to be contacted?
Well, she said that she was gonna call me, and normally I would have called her like every 10 minutes or so, but I recognize that, this is a very delicate situation, and I want to prove myself as a counterintelligence agent, so I am doing my best to not be overly enthusiastic and to contact her yet.
Okay.
It's taking all of my self-control, so I'm actually probably tapping in more frequently, just to see if I hear anything.
When did you?
So rangers have an ability called Path Forward that if they're headed to a place that they've previously visited or carry an object that has been there before,
which is Dimple's whole person.
Also that. You can identify the shortest, most direct path to your destination. Yep. I don't know if that's going to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all are feeling good about the path.
Helpful. Great.
And thankfully, your patience, Dotty, on the second full evening, pays off. As you tap and sink into the Mycelial Network, training those sweet little ears. Go ahead and give me an instinct roll. Let's find out how much of this. I'm going back to those mechanics because we like them. Let's see just how much you pick up.
Okay. Okay. This, I feel like, the dice tell the story, so I rolled with fear.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming whatever news we're going to get is going to be scary. Mm-hmm. And it's a total of 10.
Okay. Mm. What's going to be scary is there is some of it just doesn't make full sense to you.
Okay.
But these are the things that you're able to pick up this evening from the Mycelial Network.
Okay.
Luminary exchange. Find Des. Black moss cupcakes.
Now I'm hungry.
You get the sense that there may have been more. You get the sense that may have all initially been a sentence, but instead those are the pieces you're able to pick. Luminary exchange, Des, black moss cupcake.
I'm very focused on the black moss cupcake.
The second evening, will y'all be preparing as a party? Because you know that you'll be able to make the journey the rest of the way to Lumen if all goes well tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the second night I tried to work on my armor a little bit because that was the only sort of holdover I still had from the acid guy. So I'll just take half. I used 2 slots, so I'll just take 1. And then, I'll prepare with everybody else using tapping in, discussing.
Do you share what the network tells you?
Oh, absolutely, because they can't get me to shut up about how excited I am about these goddamn black moss cupcakes.
Okay. So as you share this, thankfully, Dimple, all of these things do make sense to you. The Luminary Exchange is the central market of Lumen. It's where everybody goes to shop. Des, you think that, and that was the part that was unclear. She thought she heard Des. But what you know is that there is a bookshop in the market. You know this because you frequented it often. You are very good friends with the purveyor, Des Jadasif of Dream Scenes Books. And you do also know that there is a spot called Celestial Confections run by Gwendell Nolt. Maybe some black moss cupcakes are there.
Okay.
Dream Scenes?
Dream Scenes Books. And you are able to travel as long as you would like to without incident, finding a safe place to set up camp for the night. We will take a little break as our adventurers also move into their long rest. Yes. Good job surviving an actual combat.